Today we're going to talk about anger, one of the most detrimental emotion that we can experience, and some tips by Marcus Aurelius to overcome this or to how to face it in the best possible way. So let's begin. Anger is a topic that Seneca loves to talk about it, but today we're going to see perspective from Marcus Aurelius. But it's interesting how the difference. Marcus Aurelius usually is more philosophical, Seneca is more practical. But here Marcus Aurelius will give us a very useful advice. So with no further ado, let's look into the passage. When a man offends against you, think at once what conception of good or ill it was which made him offend. And seeing this, you will pity him and feel neither surprise nor anger, for you yourself still consider the same object as it does to be good or something else of the same type. You are bound, therefore, to excuse him. If, on the other hand, you no longer conceive things of that kind to be goods or ills, you will the more easily be kind to one whose eye is darkened. Marcus Aurelius 7:26. That's a very interesting approach to this emotion because from a health perspective, anger, wrath, rage is one of the most detrimental emotions that we can experience. There is a big correlation between anger and cardiovascular diseases. Every time we feel anger, we're basically hurting ourselves. It's not feeling, it's expressing it. That's the difference here, because feeling an emotion is totally normal. It's the way we deal with that emotion that can have consequences, especially with anger. We perfectly understand the consequence of getting angry with a person when someone offends us. If we stay calm and don't respond, don't attack, we feel much better than attacking the other person. Screaming at the other person will not damage only the other person, but will also damage yourself. But yeah, let's also be honest. When someone offends us or hurts us or does something that we really don't like, it's very easy to fall prey of this emotion. It's so much easier to just react and attack the other person and get upset. So much harder to stay calm and rationalize and objectively observe what just happened. We tend to turn inward while we should pause, breathe, and try to expand our awareness outside, because it's pretty clear if we focus not on ourselves but on the environment around us, we can just realize that maybe it's just our perspective. Because who are we to say that we are right and the other person is wrong? Yeah, that's your opinion, that's your perspective, but that's not the truth. If you think that your truth is superior to the others, well, here we have a big ego problem, and that will damage you in the long term. So yes, the first tip that Marcus Aurelius gives us is, okay, in that situation, of course, we're gonna tend to focus inward. We're gonna focus on how we feel, but no, when we realize this, we pause 1 second and try to expand our awareness outside, exteriorly. Even better if we can, at that moment, so we expand our awareness outside, we can try to think about the other person's point of view. So why did they arrive to that conclusion to hurt us or to offend us? If we can understand that, all the anger is gone. Sometimes it's also hard to see their point of view. Maybe you don't want to see it. It's okay. You are in a very susceptible moment and it's not easy to see it. But what we can do is, now, for example, that we are calm, that we are not angry with anyone, we're just in the present moment. If we reflect on those moments when we get angry, we reflect on those objectively, we see that both persons usually are right. I mean, there are some rare cases where one person is right and the other is wrong, but usually both are right. And so every time, Marcus Aurelius advises us, every time we feel that emotion, we feel anger, just give for granted that we are both right. And so in that moment, hopefully your ego will decrease, even better, disappear. You're gonna benefit the both of you. You, because anger is very damaging for your health, and the other person, because it's not getting attacked by an angry person. And then the goal for Marcus Aurelius is to be the wise man, so to arrive at a point where there is no even distinction between good and evil. It's a path that during your life you're gonna explore, and you're gonna arrive to a point where we understand that we all make mistakes. And so if another person makes a mistake, you just understand it for the way it is. Yeah, that person made a mistake. I make a lot of mistakes. So it's not even forgiveness. You don't even arrive to the point to forgive, because you don't even getting upset for it. It's just the way it is. And so the habit that we can learn from today's passage is, every time you feel this emotion, this anger, first thing to do is pause, like always. Take a deep breath in, and instead of focusing inside, you try to focus outside, what is around you. At this point, you try to see the other person's point of view. If the emotion already overwhelmed you and you cannot even get to that point, you just shut down what you have to say, you just pause and just accept that you're both right. Nothing else. I mean, don't let your ego destroy you and damage you even further with getting angry to the other person. So focus outward, see the other person's point of view. If not even possible, just accept that we're both right.